Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Just Kells, just with two S and not one, cause period. If you new, welcome. And if you returning, man, I knew you'd be back to hear what I had to say. So, guess what, y'all? It's a wake and bake. It's a story time. It's a story and smoke. It's coffee sipping time. Because I got a story for y'all today. And it's crazy because I watched another video this morning and it kind of like made me think about this story. Like, I guess I can get it off my chest because it's something that I never talk about. So I gotta get a lighter for this because this is really half-assed right now. Anyways, y'all, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment down below, and make sure y'all tap that subscribe button so that when I get up on here, y'all can get up on here too. Anyways, y'all, let's get up into this. So this story takes place back in 2017, and this was, well, it was 2017, 2018. So later on in that year, because everything literally happened in a certain type of order. So 2017, I had worked at a nursing home in Apple Valley where I stayed at, and we ended up moving. Now, I told you guys I was going to give you guys part two of the story from the nursing home when I worked there, and it was the worst job ever. So I'm going to give y'all part two, but I'm going to just give you a little background story right here from part two. So later on, me working at that job, we ended up finding another place to stay because there was something going on with where we stayed at. And I ended up getting another job. I ended up getting or having somewhere else to stay, and we ended up moving. So we started packing. Now, the same day that we started packing and stuff, I was told not to come back into work. So I kind of like got into it with the supervisor because I was going, but it was like I told her I would have to leave early so that I could have me a ride to Barstow where we stayed at. I didn't have a car at the time, so it was like if my ride was leaving, I needed to be with them. Now, I did think about staying with my mom so that I can work, but me having a family of 5, you just can't up and leave, and you know, you just can't do stuff like that. So I ended up kind of having to not go back to work. So we get to Barstow, y'all. We're out there. I'm gonna fast forward a year that we're living out there, maybe 2 years, and something happens to the point where our water thing, where our hookup for the washer and dryer, kind of just broke. Like, there was water every fucking where, to the point where it was in our carpet. Like, we had carpet, so it was just soggy. Like, y'all, the house already had other problems the house did have other problems that we had to deal with. But like, my boyfriend is he's like a handyman, so like everything that we need done, he fixes like right away. So we never have to like pay anything extreme or call somebody to come out and do it because he usually has this. So this was a situation that couldn't be fixed, where we ended up having to leave the house and becoming homeless. Y'all, we were homeless, and it sucked because imagine you pay rent somewhere every fucking month, and all of a sudden something goes wrong where you pay rent, and the people don't want to fucking fix it, and they tell you that you have to leave while they fix it. But they don't give you nowhere to go. They didn't even pay for like a hotel voucher or anything. So they really left us like shit out of luck, y'all. Like, I was really upset where I had to like call my mom. Like, I really need you to come get my kids because they can't be homeless, y'all. Like, I'll sacrifice anything. My kids need to be up underneath somebody's fucking roof, like, at all times. Like, come on now, y'all. They be taking kids for shit like that, and I love mine. I'll fight you. Okay? I will fucking fight you for mine, as any mother should. But, y'all, they didn't give us no option or anything, so I actually had my mom come and get my kids, and she was like, well, where you gonna go? Now, I wasn't gonna leave my boyfriend because we all been through this shit together. Like, we're all going through this together, so I'm not just gonna bone out, you feel me, first sight of homelessness and I have nowhere to go and just leave him out, because that doesn't work. Like, what type of love is that? So, y'all, we figured it out. I told you guys that I don't even think I introduced Psycho and Drunky yet. I probably did, but Psycho and Drunky had invited us to actually stay with them, and they had a 2-bedroom apartment. It wasn't the biggest, y'all, and it wasn't the nicest, but it was somewhere, and we were grateful for that shit. But as we got to stay in there, you know how you friends with somebody, and then they like y'all get real close, and then you stay with them, and everything fucking changes. Like they make it seem like you in their way or something. Like, bitch, you said I could come here. Like, the fuck. So her and her boyfriend had got into it one night. We probably have been staying there for like a month already, and y'all know we was putting food in the house and paying a little bit of rent, you know, just to help out because we gotta stay here. So they had kids too, little badass kids. But anyways, shit started to change, y'all. Like, shit got weird to the point where her and her boyfriend would argue, and it would kind of like trickle down on us because it's like, we stay here, y'all making it weird. And mind you, Drunky was Babe's friend, and I was friends with Psycho. He knew them before me, but we was all friends, so I just found it kind of odd. Then she would get mad and say little weird shit around the house, like shit dirty, shit need to be cleaned, or just little random shit. But it wasn't to the point where it would like piss me off, to the point where I'm like, bitch, you know we doing what we can. So one night, y'all, she sent her boyfriend to jail because they was on some weird crazy shit. This nigga cut the fucking cable off. He walked outside, he cut the cable off. I think a couple nights before that, he had cut the lights off through the back. Like, went to go turn the little breaker thing off, y'all. He was pissing her off for no reason, but because he was drinking. So she would literally call the police on that nigga. The nigga went to jail, y'all. That nigga went to jail, and we was all outside watching everything go down. And y'all remember Love? She was there, and he had some weed, and he gave it to Love. He put everything on top of his car, and he gave it to her. Yes, we was like homeless in a sense, you feel me? But we were still able to buy the shit that we needed. Like, our house was supposed to be renovated, but I'm gonna call it homeless because we didn't have nowhere to stay while they were renovating this shit. Ugh, irritating. But anyways, he had put his weed and all his extra stuff on top of the car, and Love was standing out there with Babe. So Love was like, okay, I'm gonna put this stuff up, son, I got you. Like, you know, like she was really trying to help the nigga out. So his girlfriend was out there acting crazy, screaming and shit all in the front yard, and she was like, where my weed at, where my weed at, just all kind of bullshit. So whatever weed that he had that was hers, the police ended up giving it back. I never known the police to give anybody no weed back, but they did, because technically he stole it from her. So they had no choice, and you get charged for that shit. Like, that's theft, petty theft, whatever the fuck they want to call it, if they charge you with it. So the weed that he had on top of his car, the weed that they had, like I said, we were homeless, but we were literally able to buy the shit we needed. And one thing that we did buy all the time was weed. So y'all know how you'll smoke and you'll put your blunt out and you'll put your roaches out. Now, there was a certain type of blunt, and there is a certain type of blunt that me and my boyfriend smoke. We always know what our roaches look like because we only get one type of blunt. So you can't get away with our roaches, bitch. Like, it's just impossible. Like, we know what the fuck is ours. And at the time, we would put the blunt out like this fucking big because, nigga, we gonna need something for tomorrow. Like, nigga, we still gotta buy food when y'all get ready to leave the house and want to lock your doors and shit. So we had to be prepared or whatever. So we knew which roaches and which stuff was ours. Now, Babe had bought some weed, and I had bought some weed, and we was all in there smoking before they argued. So only God knows what got thrown around or, you know, what was misplaced. She literally was hollering about this weed, but it wasn't hers, it was ours. So that night, lock up after he had went to jail or whatever, and we knew he was gonna get out because he kept calling her. Like, you know, she wasn't gonna press charges. She just wanted him to leave so she can breathe for a second. So his jacket was outside with all the weed in it, and we went and we took what the fuck was ours. Now, I don't know if she's seen us through her bar window because we got locked out that night, and I don't know how. I know we went to take a walk and we came back, all the doors were locked. Mind you, we pay rent and we put food in the house, so one of the doors should be fucking open for us to come in and out. We're not kids, like, you feel me? People shouldn't be going in and out your house all throughout the night, but we came back at a little decent hour, so I was like, okay, what the fuck? We sat outside on her couch, y'all, for a minute, and we decided to smoke. Our shit was in the house, but we knew that we had a bottle of weed in this man's jacket that they left when the police came to get his ass. So we go up in that motherfucker, we get our lighters, and we literally grab the blunt. The next morning, she had talked to him or whatever. He was finna get out, and he tells her to go look inside his jacket and grab his weed or whatever it is that he had. Now, I literally wasn't thinking about the shit because we finally got back in the house. It was cold. We literally sat out there all fucking night. Like, all fucking night. I was so irritated, and it was so fucking cold. So I was just like over it. So when they asked about it, I didn't say shit because I had a fucking attitude. Like, bitch, you locked us out last night. I don't even want to talk to you right now. Like, weed is not an important conversation this morning, okay? Like, I would like to go use the bathroom. I would like to eat something. I'm cold. So it was kind of like a little, oh, somebody stole woo woo woo. And we literally was not paying that shit no attention. Like, we didn't give a fuck. And Babe pointed out, like, that's the weed that we got out the woo 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 woo. And I just looked at him like, nigga, this bitch is about to go off on us. And we really finna be fucking homeless. Because what the fuck, babe? What the fuck? Now, ended up like calling my mom. Like, I really feel like it's some funny shit going on over here. They talking about somebody stealing weed. Mind you, we buy the weed. Now, the place we got the weed from was called like Miss Hollyweed, and they sell you $8 eighths, and it be shake, but it be bomb ass shake. So that's the shit that we buy. Well, that's the shit that they buy. And me, of course, I would get like the $25 eighths or the $35 eighths because I just need something good. I need something strong. So we smoked two different weeds. So it bothered me that she felt like my weed was hers. Like, bitch, I know you lying. Y'all, I was so irritated. I was so fucking irked. I was just like, okay, yeah, no. I don't remember if she ended up... No, I remember he ended up telling us, the boyfriend, because he came home. Drunky came home and was like, somebody stole my weed out my jacket. That was my girl's weed. And we were just like, well, shit, it wasn't us. Mind you, before then... This is how sneaky they are. The bottle of weed that they said they were looking for was a completely different color from the bottle of weed that we actually bought. So at this point, it literally wasn't us. And we found out that it was her boyfriend that took it. This nigga stashed the shit, y'all. He only took out what he wanted to take out. Like, everything else was put away. And then he had like this little, not a tree house. What the fuck you call that shit? Something like a cage out there. So like he could put his little stash up in there. So he had what he needed. But overall, y'all, we was fucking homeless. They was acting real stupid over some fucking weed. Eventually, I got the fuck on because shit was just heavy. Like, that's too much for somebody who's literally 24 years old to go through. Like, that's bullshit. And it was different. So I was like, you know what? It's time to go. I was just over it. But y'all, I didn't even tell y'all the time we had went to Vegas. So that's just going to be part 2 to the story because everything, like I said, is in a certain order. I have to stay tuned for these part 1s, part 2s, and part 3s. And y'all have to pay attention to the characters. Y'all have to watch it all the way through. I notice y'all only be watching 2-3 minutes of the video. Like, I can see that. It kind of lets me know. It lets me know who subscribes. It lets me know who unsubscribes. Like, it lets me know. But, you know, y'all keep on doing what y'all doing. Just view it, I guess. But stay tuned because there's so many parts of these stories. And just overall, like, I have another part for this homeless part because there was so much shit that went down. So much shady shit that went down. And it's crazy because when we were first homeless, we were with Love. And I told you guys, Love is Sorrell's mom. So we were with her or whatever. And she had, like, her sister out there, you know, some other people. And we couldn't even, like, stay with them because there was so much shit going on before then. People literally, like, turned their back on us so quick. And not all of us, mainly being mad. People was just, like, being mad at bullshit and other shit. But it just gets me because that just taught me a lesson. And being homeless taught me a lesson. Like, there's nobody that you can depend on in that way to hold or keep you in that sense. Like, you have to build up your own security in life. You have to literally get up and go get it because people will lend a hand out and literally chop that hand. And you'll be holding on to nothing. Like, it's bullshit, y'all. But I'm telling y'all, it's so much shit that I've overcame with this stuff. It was really traumatizing at that because I had never experienced that shit in my fucking life. And I didn't even think that I would ever. But I understand that everything happens for a reason. So I ain't even mad. You feel me? I ain't mad. I just learned. I really, really learned who's with you and who's just around you. Like, make Sure, you guys comment down below and let me know if you've ever experienced something like that. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe because you gotta come back, y'all. And until next time, because I got to go. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.